I grew up here in West Seattle. Went to Alki Elementary, Madison Junior High, West Seattle High School. And when I first started coming to the Y, and Josh is going to get a kick out of this, I'm going to embarrass myself and date myself. When you went to swim, you had the little green baskets with nets that you put your swimsuit in and hang it up. Yeah, that's real old school. So I used to work for the Y for 13 years, and I started out working folding towels at the gym desk, and then ended up running a small YMCA in the High Point community up here, kind of a teen center, youth center kind of place, and then that went away when they redeveloped the community, and I went to go do some other human service related things. I have two kids that are currently 9 and 16. They were raised at the YMCA. There's people here that started working with my kids from when they were 3 years old. I remember when I first brought my son Isaiah to the daycare, I was working for the Y at the time, and I was the director, so they have to be a little bit careful with what they tell me, right? And they said, "Gee, Dave, your son is awfully busy," which is code for saying your son's a handful. So I appreciated their patience, and he's doing real good now. He's 16 and doing good in school and playing sports, staying busy, and he's doing really well. And my 9-year-old daughter is on the swim team, and Erin Hobson just recently was the DJ for her birthday party in the 80s dance party in the YMCA gym. So there's a lot of people in this room that have made a positive difference in my life. And so for 13 years I was heavily involved in the Partners with Youth campaign on the staff end. And then I left the Y, went to do some other things, as I said, and life was rolling right along, and all of a sudden my wife got really sick, and we didn't know what was wrong with her, and she wasn't able to keep her job, and we were trying to figure out what was going on, and eventually they figured out that she had a brain tumor. At the same time, a month later, my job got cut in half. So we went from 2 full-time incomes to 1 part-time income in a 3-month period. So we didn't have enough money to pay for our membership at the YMCA. And my kids, like I said, are heavily involved in the Y at that time. And I come to the Y on a regular basis to work out and kind of keep my sanity and stuff like that. So Josh and Molly and Wendy, they offered to scholarship me and my family, and I'll always be very grateful for that, because we were able to continue being members of the Y during a time that was very challenging for our family. And I don't really know how we would have managed that if we didn't have the YMCA to fall back on, and because when times get tough, it helps you to be able to keep those things that allow you to continue to make it, through the day. And for me and my kids, that was coming to the YMCA. 19 hours of brain surgery later, my wife was fine, and she's back to work now. And I'm back to working full-time, and so now we're fortunate enough to have 2 full-time incomes again, and my daughter did the swim-a-lap, and I'm making a Partners with Youth pledge, and so now we're able to give back again, because I know that there's other families out there, and some of you know exactly what I'm talking about, because maybe it's you, that have benefited from these services, and you can't really put a price tag on it. You have to just trust that every dollar that you raise may make the difference in somebody else's life. And so I just want you to take that away from my talk tonight, and I'm very grateful for everything that you guys are doing.